Good evening, and welcome to North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. Tonight, I'll be working off of the Sassafras repeater, but we will be networked in, and stand by one moment while I see which repeaters we're networked in with. Too many. All right, I'll try to pay better attention. So we're networked in with the Pine Log Mountain repeater, Jersey, Somerville, Ball Ground, Crawford, Madison, Lookout Mountain, Statham, Zebulon, Noonan, Columbus, and McDonough. Those are the repeaters that are linked in tonight, and we welcome all of you listening on those repeaters to the network. Tonight, our RF coverage will be in excess of 31,000 square miles. This net takes place every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. We feature our youth members the last Friday of every month, also beginning at 8 p.m. We have an announcement about that coming up, so stay tuned. I'd like to thank everyone who has made North Georgia GMRS the most expansive and active GMRS network in the country. Your net control tonight is Atlanta 946, WQYR 514. My name is Justin, and I'm located at Studio B. On the net, you can talk about your day's activities, radio equipment, or anything that you think we'd like to hear about. This is a family-based network, so we encourage you to get your family involved. We welcome your children to participate on tonight's net. Once the floor is open, it is permissible to address other members of the net by their name or tactical unit number. The use of your FCC call sign is only required when you sign in and sign out of the net. When signing in, please speak slowly and clearly as you give your tactical unit number, call sign, name, and location. At this time, I'll take check-ins. Do we have any Zello check-ins? Please call Net Control now.
Check me in, check me out.
Okay, Net Control is acknowledging Atlanta 253. Donald, I didn't catch his location. He was kind of coming and going there, but I understand he wants to be in and out tonight. Thank you, Donald, for checking in with us. Do we have any other Zello check-ins? Please call Net Control now.
Blairsville at my cousin's house that lives in Blairsville.
Thank you for that clarification, Donald. I've got you in there as Blairsville, and I've got you in and out. So enjoy your time with family, and we'll catch up with you again soon. I'll be making some announcements with regards to the coming event, so stay tuned for that. Any other check-ins on the Zello link? Any Zello check-ins, please come now. All right. Okay, hearing nothing from the Zello link. Any visiting transient licensed GMRS operators or new members of the North Georgia GMRS network. This is anyone licensed GMRS operator who is not a member or who is in the area who would like to check in, or any new members to the group. Guests and friends of North Georgia GMRS, please call Net Control now.
Atlanta 22, WRB 334 off the repeater in Atlanta.
A copy Atlanta 22. Can I get your name, and can you come back one more time with what repeater you're using?
Atlanta 940, this CNN.
Okay, I think that'll be it for our visiting transient licensed GMRS repeaters. And I've got Atlanta 22, I believe that is Tom. And I think I heard him say he was in Atlanta. Not sure which repeater he's on, but that's okay. And I also heard Atlanta 940, who's a brand new member. I think it might even be her first time on the air, at least this week. And that would be Shannon in Ackworth. Thank you, Shannon, for checking in with us tonight. At this time, I'll take Pine Log check-ins. Anyone wishing to check in from the Pine Log repeater, please call Net Control now.
QZD 787 Atlanta 215, Brandon, Petertown, Pine Log.
Zero WQWW 603, Alex and Canton on the portable.
7 WQZC 82, Andrew in Holly Springs. 3, Mike in Buford. 48 WRR 430, Gary in Woodstock. 50 internet.
I didn't hear him.
Atlanta 22's off the Pine Log repeater in Atlanta.
I just can't type. Okay, so. No. And okay, let me see if I can see if I got everybody. I'm a little slow at this, so if I missed you, be sure and come back and call in again. Tom, thank you for clarifying that you're in Atlanta. So let me go through the list. I have Atlanta 215. Brandon checked in. He said he was on the Pine Log Mountain repeater. I'm not sure where he's at, but that's okay. I've got Somerville 10, Alex. He's on the portable. And I had Atlanta 57, Andrew. I didn't catch where you're at, Andrew, but that's okay. And I have Atlanta 225, Mike in Buford. Thanks, Mike, for checking in with us. It's been a little while since we've heard you, and glad to have you in here tonight. I have Atlanta 948, Gary in Woodstock. Thank you, Gary, for checking in tonight. And I have Atlanta 949, Jordan in, I'm not sure where Jordan's at. He might be over in Alpharetta. Do I have any other check-ins, or did I miss anyone? Please call Net Control now. Okay, I'm going to assume that I caught everybody on the Pine Log Mountain repeater, and we'll go ahead and move on to any repeater anywhere. Please call Net Control now.
CW15 WQUM 628, David, Homer, Georgia. This is Atlanta 403, WRA 241, White County, Georgia. Howard Bombing Highway. Here is WRCU 796, 729 in Tyrone. Good evening. This is WQZK 289, Summerfield 27, Doug on the Summerfield repeater. Check me in, check me out. This is Atlanta 263, WRCC.
Okay, let me see if I kept up with that one. I believe we have CW15, David in Comer. Thank you, David, for checking in with us tonight. I also heard Atlanta 403, Bobby checking in from the Mud Duck Base. Thank you, Bobby, for checking in with us tonight. I heard Noonan 29, Marty in Tyrone. Good to hear from you, Marty. I heard Somerville 27, Doug on the Somerville repeater. Doug, it's been a while. Glad to hear you in here, and hope that you can stick around and get you in and out. And I also heard Atlanta 263. I believe that is Justin in Flowery Branch, and I've got you as in and out. Do we have any additional check-ins? Any repeater anywhere? Please call Net Control now.
RCU 869, CW in Martinsville, in and out.
947 WQIR 514, Julie. And we're doing the net tonight.
180 WQUV 439, Houston.
Okay, I think I finally caught up with all that typing. I have CW14, Steve in Watkinsville. Thank you, Steve, for checking in with us tonight. I have you as in and out. And I have Atlanta 947, Julie in the undisclosed secret hideout. And I have you checked in. I don't know if you're in and out. Your signal kind of faded on me there. So jump back in if you want to be in. Otherwise, I've got you marked in and out. And I've got Atlanta 780, the one and only famous Houston from Austell. Thank you, Houston, for checking in with us tonight. I'll come back to you after a bit and see if you have any words. Do we have any other North Georgia GMRS check-ins? Any repeater anywhere? Please call Net Control now. Okay, Facebook people, that's as many logins as I can show, so you're going to have to go back to looking at me. Sorry about that.
261 WRCT 399, checking in. Scott from Holly Springs.
Okay, Net Control will now acknowledge Atlanta 261, Scott from Holly Springs. And that gives us a nice round list. So I think we'll go ahead and head to the top. And we'll take the informal comments at this point. Any additional check-ins, we'll have an opportunity to check in as we go. So at this time, first on the list is Atlanta 253, Donald in Blairsville. Donald is visiting cousins in the Blairsville area, so he asked to be in and out. So we'll move on then to Atlanta 22, Tom. I'm not sure if you were in and out or not, Tom, but what have you got going on in Atlanta this evening?
22 is the OHS. Now just North Carolina and just taking a couple days off here, and we got the Foo Fighters aboard, and they're going to be at the Rockingham Speedway on Sunday.
Oh, the Foo Fighters. That's cool. Okay, so I think I got my tactical unit numbers wrong. This is John. Is that who I'm talking to?
It's affirmative, J-O-H-N, John.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I think it was Atlanta 23 is Tom. All right, then I'll make that correction in the log. And yeah, so you say you're in North Carolina, or you're headed that way?
But I shut it down over here in Atlanta, over at the Petrol, and take some time off here, get up on here since I'm not through here all the time.
Well, we're glad to have you in here when you do pass through, so that's nice that you're able to time that for the Thursday night. It's probably a little easier for you to catch us when we had the net every night, but that was exhausting to maintain that schedule. So this works out a lot better for us. If we had more net controllers, we could probably expand the schedule, but for now, this is what we're going to do. But it's great to hear from you, John, and have fun with the Foo Fighters. That's pretty cool. How long are you going to tour with them?
See, from there we go to New Orleans, and after New Orleans we go to Ohio, and then they go overseas. So about another 2.5 weeks.
That's very cool. Once upon a time, back in my truck driving days, which was a very, very long time ago, I had an opportunity to pull a Winston Cup NASCAR race car hauler for Dave Marcus, and I spent about 3 weeks with Dave. Dave, at that time, was a Class A CDL holder, and the first trip that we took out, we went to Texas Motor Speedway for qualifying. That was quite an experience. The first time I'd ever been at a NASCAR race, from the perspective of a car hauler, and only to have wake up in the morning and get things kind of situated and ready to get into the parade heading into the infield there, and have TV cameras and reporters climbing up on the side of the truck to ask me questions. And of course, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I don't know anything, but it was a lot of fun. Dave Marcus actually helped drive the transporter back to his shop in North Carolina when we failed to qualify at Texas Motor Speedway, and we unloaded the car for Texas, and we reloaded a couple of cars for testing at Talladega, and that was also a very cool experience. Spent about 3 weeks with Dave Marcus Racing. But cool stuff. I never did get to pull a concert. I did a lot of trade shows and did a lot of blanket wrap, high-value stuff, but never did do any concerts when I was trucking.
Hey, Justin, you lost the link on Pine Log, or you lost something over there. You're not coming through on Pine Log. You started getting really crackly, got a lot of static, and then your audio dropped out.
I appreciate that, Alex. I'm on Sassafras. I'm not sure if Pine Log folks want to go to Sassafras to listen. I noticed earlier this evening when I was on Pine Log that my audio was very, very distorted. So rather than try to fight through that distortion, I chose to go to Sassafras. When I listened to myself on Zello through Sassafras, the audio was very clean.
Fortunately, Atlanta 22 is only pointing a certain way. I don't know if I could hit the other repeaters, just the one, the Pine Log. So, no, I'll deal with it. I'm portable to see if it improves.
Yeah, very good stuff. All right, John. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to Atlanta 940. Shannon in Ackworth. Shannon, are you still hanging out with us, or has EJ taken control?
I'll go ahead and switch over to SAS. Continuing the net on Sassafras. Seems like there's an issue over with the link on this repeater side. So WQWW 603 MQSY Sassafras.
Thank you for that, Alex. I appreciate you helping out over there on Pine Log, shuffling folks this way. Yeah, I'm not sure what the trouble with the repeater at Pine Log is, but hopefully I'm coming through fine on Sassafras. Atlanta 940, are you in there, or are you wrangling the young one? Okay, nothing heard. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Thank you, Shannon, for checking in with us. I appreciate that. And next on my list is Atlanta 215, Brandon. Brandon, are you over in Cedartown? Yeah, okay, Brandon was also a Pine Log check-in, and we may have lost our Pine Log link, or maybe I'm standing alone on Sassafras. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case may be, I think we'll go ahead and move on from Brandon, and if he needs to come back in here, we'll welcome him to call out at some point when there's an opportunity. With that, that brings me to the next on the list, which is Somerville 10, Alex. Alex, did you make it back to Sassafras, or are you still trying to shuffle folks over here from Pine Log?
Out here on the front porch. Atlanta 60 is shout and see if he can't unlink Pine Log real quick, because it's you're in there and then you're out for about 30 seconds and you're back in for about 30 seconds. So I'm going to give him a shout and have him disable it.
Okay, I'll let you do that, and I'll move on and see if I can come back to you here in just a little while. Thank you for that, Alex. That brings me now to Atlanta 57, Andrew in Holly Springs. Andrew, are you over here on Sassafras?
The net when it's trying to go, the things aren't working out. But hey, you know, it's got to work all the kinks out. So sure, we'll get it all figured out along the way. So doing all right over here. Hopefully I'm through. Well, last time I talked on Sassafras, for some reason I couldn't make it, even on the base. So I'm coming through all right. Doing well. Family well. Pretty much same old, same old. Nothing really new to report other than Anna did get her cast off from having her thumb injury, and stitches are healed up. So I got a daughter that's back to normal for the most part. But that's all I have. I'll throw back in net control.
Got a good copy on you, Andrew. Washed in and out just a little bit as you went, but understand Hannah is making good recovery, got her cast off, and you're looking at something close to normal. So that's cool stuff. Normal is highly sought after and seldom attained, so that's very cool. Hope that things are going well for you at work and that you're busy enough and not slammed. But yeah, you just can't pick them, can you? They just take them as they come, but that's the way of it. All right, Andrew, thank you for checking in with us tonight. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to Atlanta 225. Mike in Buford. Mike, it's good to hear from you tonight.
Oh, great to hear from you too, Justin. Yep, net control, awesome. It's good to talk to you. Good to be in here. Hope everybody's doing great. What a kabobble there. Hope Sassafras is working for me as well. Everything's been great. Just doing hard work. Glad to report in. I guess all I can talk about is this evening weather. Got some rain here in Buford, and I'm actually kind of enjoying it. So nothing to report, just sitting here listening in. Back to net control.
Well, I copy that. It's a good thing that somebody's out there doing the hard work. That way the rest of us can relax for a little while. I appreciate that, and I know that you're sincere in the work that you do, so that's good stuff. And yeah, it is a kind of a soggy evening out there. Good evening to kind of sit and watch the rain and watch the storm roll back out. So it looks like the worst of it hopefully is past us, and it'll just be a matter of getting through it now. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Thank you, Mike, for checking in with us, and I'm going to move on to Atlanta 948, Gary in Woodstock. Gary, what are you doing this evening?
Atlanta 60 on Zello.
Atlanta 60, go ahead, please.
Atlanta 60, good evening, Justin. I understand you're having some difficulty up there. I'm up in Cincinnati, and I'm away from my terminal. I can't unlink anything. If you guys can hang in there for about 15 minutes or so, I can get back to the hotel and do that. Is there anything in particular going on?
Well, the trouble seems to be at Pine Log. I called out earlier on Pine Log and had a short QSO with someone, and he indicated there was static in my signal. When I listened to it in Zello, I heard that same similar distortion that we heard a little while back, and so I chose to switch over and operate on Sassafras. And I think that Sassafras is behaving, but Pine Log may be causing us some issues. And not everybody that's on Pine Log has made it over to Sassafras, apparently.
Okay, so a question I would have is everybody that's communicating through Pine Log creating that same issue, or is it only from your station?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the case or not. I haven't noticed that distortion. I didn't do enough Zello research to be able to say whether that's coming from anyone else's station or not. I know in the one QSO that I listened to, it seemed like it was just mine.
Same static, and I'm hearing intermittency.
Alex, is my audio distorted?
Your signal is on Pine Log, but on Sassafras it's perfect.
Yeah, okay. So I think that whatever is going on, whether it's on my end or the Pine Log, and I can't get a clear signal out on Pine Log, so that seems to be the common thing. But if everybody that's on Pine Log can make it over here, we should be good. Apparently, if someone's trying to talk on Pine Log, they're being lost after a few seconds.
Control, Atlanta 22.
Atlanta 22, come on.
Pine Log and Sassafras. Pine Log, you're real distant. Audio's low. When you go up to Sassafras, your audio increases, but you still got that tick.
Yeah, okay. All right, and that's kind of nominal, but not sure what that static is. When I listened earlier on Zello to my own audio test, I didn't hear it, but I guess we'll have to dig into that some more. All right, well, at this time, I believe that Atlanta 948 Gary was in and out. He usually is, and so I'm going to go ahead and move on to Atlanta 949 Jordan in Alpharetta. Jordan, are you with us tonight? Atlanta 949. Jordan, are you with us tonight?
Atlanta 949, how you doing, Net Control?
Doing well. What do you have going on this evening?
I was just sitting around the apartment, but the internet's out, so I figured I'd take a drive and listen to Net Control.
Fantastic. And I see you found your way to Sassafras, and you're figuring that thing out. That's cool stuff. All right. Well, that's great. I hope that you have a good week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you on the weekend.
Yeah, Dad, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the weekend, too. At this point, go ahead and sign me out. I'm going to be pulling back up to the apartment here pretty soon. So I'm going to go ahead and take my leave. Atlanta 949, WQYR 514 clear.
All right, I will show you in and out of the log. Thank you for checking in with us tonight, Jordan. It was a pleasure hearing from you, and we're looking forward to hearing more as time goes on. With that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to CW15, David in Comer, Georgia. David, good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Good evening to Net Control. Doing an awesome job. And to everyone, hope you had a great day. We've had a pretty good week down this way. We haven't had any rain so far today. The weatherman promised some at about 2 o'clock, and that hasn't got here yet, but I understand it's probably on its way. So that will just increase my grass. I'll have something to do next week when it all clears up. That's a good thing. Just enjoying every day. Doing, well, when you retire, you can do just about anything you want to, as long as you do what the best says. So I hope you're having a good evening, Justin, and everyone is well. With that, I'll go ahead and turn it back to net control.
All right, David. Well, it was a pleasure hearing from you. And yes, I'm having a great time tonight, hanging out with some good friends on the radio and working through a couple of challenges, but we'll get it all sorted out and it's all good. So good to hear from you. And yeah, I hear you. The rain is going to accelerate the growth of grass, but that's one of the joys of summer, I suppose. How about you, Bobby, Atlanta 403? You looking forward to mowing?
Oh, yes. I got back and my ass is almost 3 feet high when I got back to Florida, but you are sounding good on podcast. I don't know what's going on with the net. I go away for a month, and you guys break all these repeaters. Oh, my God. Can't believe it.
Well, that's the way of things. Left unsupervised, you just never know what'll happen. 947 will tell you, every time she goes away, when she comes back, there's things that have to be fixed and holes that have to be patched and walls that have to be painted and, floors that have to be cleaned. And I can't explain it. I don't know what happened, but it's good stuff. All right, Bobby. Well, anything else happening down your way? I don't get a chance to talk to you on the air very much.
Yeah, nah, just been doing a lot of work since I got back. Unpacking the truck, like I said, cutting lawn, cutting shrubs, just catching up with being away, for a month at the wrong time of year when everything starts growing. So, got a lot to do, a lot of friends to help out. Did pressure washing all day, so tired, getting ready to sleep good tonight. But I looked at the YouTube the last week. That was a real mess with some of that audio, but hey, what are you gonna do? Part of the fun.
And it's hard to know what's going out because monitoring the audio while you're broadcasting and while everything else is happening is a particular challenge. So about all I can do is do Zello checks beforehand and hope that what I hear then is what's still sounding like now, and so that's kind of the best I can do, I think, in that environment. Unless we had a way to separate this room from the other, and have a true studio kind of an environment where we could monitor effectively. But test and test and test and test, and then it still goes wrong. So we just keep plugging away, and hopefully we get better at it as we go. But thank you for all the help that you've contributed to, Bobby. It's been very, very constructive advice and information that you've provided along the way, and that's been good stuff. So thank you again for that. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to Noonan 29. I believe that is Marty in Tyrone. Marty, how you doing this evening?
Unpredictably, we've got some weather in there. I hear maybe the leaf fading in and out with some atmospheric influence. I see that happen the channel when which is way up in rural. The weather gets ugly. The iron off the antenna. So I think we may be seeing similar things here. Besides, if everything worked properly, we would have nothing to do. Then all we can do is just stare at our radios and hope for someone to talk to. Let me read that here. Speaking of that, I have in front of me, still sitting here right next to me, a brand new Cushcraft Ringo Ranger, cut specifically for the commercial band, the PRX one, which I had a little one for 2 meters many years ago. I got another one so I can stick it up on the life and the weather and work all seem to be getting in the way of these projects. But when I mentioned that to another friend of mine, he says, well, it's better that life, work, and weather get in the way than death get in the way. So I said, okay, I have to agree with that. With that, I'll turn it back to the as long as we're on the top side of the dirt, everything's really good. Back to that.
Well, that is a good perspective to view things from. You know, looking down toward the dirt instead of up at it. I think that's the preferred position or posture to take. That's a good outlook. And of course, if you ever do get too bored, you could hang out with me and reboot Windows machines to make sure they're going to behave for the net. And so far tonight, I got some wood right here to knock on. So far tonight, the computers are doing their thing quite well, but yeah, I suppose the airwaves are another matter. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Next on the list is Somerville 27 Doug from the Somerville Repeater. Doug, it's been a little while since we've heard from you. Glad to hear from you tonight and look forward to you checking in again sometime soon. And we also have, Doug was in and out, by the way. We also have Atlanta 263. Justin in Flowery Branch was also in and out. Thank you for taking the time to check in with us tonight, Justin. Hope you're hanging out and hope that things are doing well. And that brings me to CW14, Steve in Watkinsville. Steve is also in and out tonight. Steve, thanks for checking in with us. And again, hope that things are going well with you and look forward to another opportunity to hang out with you and CW15. Stick around. There's going to be an announcement for coming events. And with that, that brings me next to Atlanta 947, Julie in an undisclosed secret hideout. I'm not sure if she's in and out tonight, but let's see if she's going to stick around and talk with us. Now I hear crickets and raindrops, so I guess we're going to mark her as in and out. She is laying low this evening, taking a little break, and she very much needs that. So hopefully she'll be back next week. Let's go on then to Atlanta 780, the famous Houston in Austell. Houston, were you in and out tonight, or are you going to hang out with us? All right. I heard Houston say he has a tough time making the net on Sassafras, and I imagine he said some things after that, but we lost him. So with that, Houston, I'm going to go ahead and show you as in and out. Hopefully you can hear me. Apparently you can because you responded. But sorry that things took the turn they did. I sure would like to hear from you and hope that your recovery is going well. And I look forward to seeing you up and at 'em and on the run real soon. Thank you again, Houston. With that, I'm going to move on to Atlanta 261, Scott in Holly Springs. Scott, how's it going over there tonight?
Thank you, Net Control, if you can hear me. I just had to run up to the front of the driveway on the base this evening. Good to hear 780. Come visit, check out some of his radios.
Yeah, I heard part of that, Scott, and I heard you real clear right at first, and understand you're either planning to or have recently made a visit with 780 to check out some of his radios. I'm not sure if you had more to add than that. Let me get out of the way and see what you've got. Okay, well, conditions must have gotten the best of Scott. That brings me to the end of the list. I do have Atlanta 60 Gary from Cincinnati. He's in Cincinnati right now. I'm not sure if he's monitoring or if he intends to communicate any further, but he is involved in some highly secret behind-the-scenes special agent duties to make the net behave. We'll see if he's able to accomplish that this evening or if we have to save that for next week. But thank you, Gary, for the efforts that you're making. I appreciate that. And that brings me to the end of the list. So I'm going to take a pause and see if Atlanta 60's got any more comments. And if we don't hear from Atlanta 60, if we have any late check-ins, give it just a moment before you come. And then come on with late check-ins. I'll take a pause right now.
Control. Net Control, this is Atlanta 245 WRCN 369. In and out of the net tonight, if you can hear me.
Okay, David, Atlanta 245, I've got you listed as in and out. Thank you for checking in with us tonight. Any other late check-ins, please call Net Control now. I believe I heard Atlanta 911. Just really, really softly checking in from Kennesaw. That's Cassandra in Kennesaw. Cassandra, come on back and speak up real loud into the microphone if you can, please.
Justin, you know I'm soft spoken.
Okay, I wasn't able to pick that up. Your signal's broken up and noisy, so I couldn't make out what you said. But if you'd be willing to try it one more time, I'll be willing to try to listen. So come back nice and strong if you can.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Oh, yeah, you're talking with your lips moving now. That's great.
A minute ago is I'm a soft-spoken person, as you know. I can't talk loudly.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, how is the garage sale packing, moving, getting the new house ready, and all of those activities? How's that going? Are you making progress, or are you falling behind?
A little bit of both. I've got the U-Haul scheduled for Wednesday of next week, so ready or not, here we come with the first batch of the move. Garage sale was postponed due to rain, so looking at, talking to you right a few minutes ago, looking at not this weekend, but the following weekend for the garage sale. Hopefully most of my big furniture, and I'm taking a break. Most of the big furniture will be here, and what will be left will be the garage sale. So floors are going in 2 rooms, and things are starting to really look like a.
Well, that's fantastic. Hopefully we can catch up with you at some point this weekend and have a look at the progress, and maybe we can see if we can organize some time and come over and lend a hand with cleanup and moving of some of the stuff at the old house. So glad to hear that you're making progress, and I completely get it that you probably also feel like you're falling behind. That's one of the things that in life that I dread the most is moving. I didn't like moving before we moved here, and now that we've moved here, I don't ever want to do it again. I like it just fine right where we are, and yeah, I don't want to move anymore. We've got great people that surround us here, and there's just no reason to go anywhere else. So thank you, Cassandra, for checking in with us tonight. Do we have any additional late check-ins? Net Control will take a pause now.
WRCD 630, Atlanta 70, Ricky up in Jasper. Good evening, Net Control.
Atlanta 70, Ricky in Jasper. Thank you for checking in with us tonight. I don't believe I've had you check in before. Have you checked in with 947?
I don't think so. I've checked in with Julie a few times. Been busy. Haven't had much time to get on here.
Well, I hear you, and that's that's just something that life does get in the way. You just got to live life, and like it or not, that just happens. But glad you made it in here tonight. Any news to report from your way?
No, everything's quiet. Storms blew through. It's all back peaceful again. So we're all good up here.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. That's good stuff. All right, Ricky. Well, thank you again for checking in with us tonight, and hope to hear more from you. And hopefully 947 will be back next week, and you can check in with Julie, and we'll see what's going on. Do we have any other check-ins? I've got a couple of announcements I want to get to. Okay, hearing nothing, and I'll open it up again just in case somebody is still trying to get in here. But let me move on to a couple of announcements. We've got a couple of things going on. You may have seen the Facebook post today that Julie made. And basically, what we're saying is that with summer being here and school letting out, a lot of our families are going to be traveling and engaged in vacations and activities and events and summer camp and all kinds of stuff. And we've raised kids. We know how busy the summer can get, and so we think that probably the best thing to do is take a break from the youth net through the summer. We'll resume in the fall, but with that, we want to make sure that everyone understands that we would very much like to have the kids, the North Georgia GMRS youth. Feel free to check in on the regular net at any time. We welcome their participation, and we would very much like to include them in the regular net. So that's the first announcement that I wanted to make, that we will not be having a youth net this month, and we'll make announcements in the fall when we're ready to resume. So that's the first announcement. The second announcement, let me break. The second announcement is a North Georgia GMRS gathering, another meet and greet opportunity. This time it's being hosted by Donald from Waleska. Donald, where are you from? He's in Blairsville, I know that for sure. But Donald has invited us to join him at Williamson Brothers Barbecue in Canton, Georgia. There's information on the Facebook page with the address and such for the restaurant. Tuesday night, May 21st at 7 p.m. So they're open until 9. I think 7 to 9 will be plenty of time for us to hang out and talk and get some food. I know that 947 and I will probably be there a little bit early, like around 6:30. So anybody else that wants to come early, that's okay. We'll be there, and we've got some bumper stickers we're going to hand out to anyone that shows up. Not a big thing, but we want to show our appreciation for your taking the time to come join us. So we've got that as a handout until they're gone. And yeah, again, it's May 21st at 7 p.m. Williamson Brothers Barbecue in Canton, Georgia. Hope to see as many of you there as can make it. And don't feel bad if you can't make it. There will be other events. And if you know of a location near you that would be good for hosting a group such as ours of 12 to 24 people, is what we typically have at a turnout, let us know. We'll see if we can put something together. But thank you, Donald, for organizing and hosting this event, and we look forward to it on May 21st. That's coming up in a couple of weeks here. So that's what I have for announcements. At this time, do we have any additional late check-ins? Please call Net Control now. Okay, I was not able to make that out. Did anybody get a relay on that? Okay, I can tell that you're speaking a little bit louder into the mic, but I'm still not able to make you out. The signal's just barely making it in. It's very, very noisy. Was anybody able to copy that and can relay for him?
Atlanta 245. I think that might have been Aiden. I forget his call number there.
Was that 136?
Yeah, I think it was 136. I may be wrong, but that's what it sounded like to me.
All right, I'll go ahead and put Aiden Atlanta 136 in a log for this evening as in and out, and we'll see if we've got any other additional check-ins. Please call Net Control now. Okay, hearing nothing, I'm going to go ahead and close up this evening's net. Let's see. I got to get to that page of the thing here because I never quite know how to say this. It's not a complicated thing. I just make it that way. Okay, so here we go. This concludes the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. Excuse me. Timeout. Wouldn't you know it? A cough right at the very end. Okay, let me try that again. This concludes the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. We had a total of 24 check-ins tonight, including myself. Net Control will be returning the repeater back to normal use. Everyone that signed in should sign out. Thank you for letting me serve as your net controller tonight. Good night, everyone. Atlanta 946, WQYR 514, clear.
CW15, WQUM 628, David, we're clear. Did a great job tonight. Don't go nowhere, CW15.
Atlanta 22, WRBT 334 is clear. Had a good time tonight, and hopefully I'll get back for about 10, 15 times this summer. Enjoy this net.
And 29, WRTU 796. We're in Tyrone and monitoring.
Atlanta 403, WRAT 41. Had a good time on the net. Have a good one, everybody. Good to hear from Houston again. Atlanta 403 is clear.
Atlanta 57, WQCC 82. I'll be clear and monitoring.
Atlanta 225, WQX 343, clear.
Zero WQWW 603, I'm clear. 57225, meet me on pylon.
WQUV 439. I'm clear on padlock.
Atlanta 70, WRCD 630, clear, standing by.
All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and close the, let me switch this thing over here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close the live stream. Thank you for hanging out with us this evening. Hope that was worth the while. I really don't know whether it was or not. And someone's calling me, so stand by. Let me grab that call. Did someone call Atlanta 946? Go ahead. Maybe not. Okay.
It's normal 27, Doug. In Somerville. I was going to let you know that on the Somerville video is very choppy on it also, cutting in and out pretty bad. Just giving you a heads up there. I can make out a lot of stuff, but it was your audio was just fading in and out and kind of choppy. Some of the other users I was able to make them out okay, but just giving you heads up on this end also.
Well, thank you for that, Doug. I'm not sure if it's atmospheric conditions or if there's something going on with my station. We'll definitely investigate that and see if we can find an issue and get it cleared up. But thank you for that. Yeah, I guess if folks don't tell me, I don't know. So I will definitely be pulling antenna cables apart and sweeping the system and see if I can find a problem. But thank you for that. WQIR 514 Atlanta 946 clear.
946 403.
403, go ahead. All right, folks, I'm going to close this up. Thank you for hanging out with me.
On me over here in White County through Sassafras, I didn't hear a problem at all. I mean, I think it's just conditions tonight. Something's going on. But